Hello everyone, this is Paushta Fashion Workshop. I remind you that we post new videos every day. Today I want to continue working with the pattern for the garments with the drop shoulders. I'm sure that every one of you will manage to make such patterns and garments in their bases. I showed you the making of the pattern very thoroughly. I want you to understand that you can make a lot of different garments on the basis of this pattern. Use your imagination. Today I'm going to show you a dress design. Have a look here. This is the second half of the original mock-up. I made the blouse and the dress on the basis of the other half. As I've already said, it's very convenient to use the mock-ups as the patterns. We can start working now. Have a look at the sketch. This dress is much more complicated than the first one was. There will be a boat neck on the front and the V-neck on the back. There will be a seam and a slit on the center back. There will also be the drop shoulders in the dress. Have a look at the seams on the front. They will be straight under the neckline and then round down from this point. They will end on the hip level. The seams on the back will get in the same points. What I like about this dress is that the sides can be covered with lace or the net with the embroidery. You can also cover all the other details with lace and make these ones of different fabric, of different color. Don't be afraid to combine patterns, colors and fabrics. If you cover these details with lace, you can also decorate the shoulder with the buckle beads. Such details would also look very beautiful. The design is not only beautiful, but it also makes us look much slimmer than we really are. You can change the design however you want. I just want to show you the sewing techniques. What I'm absolutely sure of is that such dresses would fit you perfectly. You will look amazing in them. You can also make pockets here. You can make the dress tighter at the knee level and fit and flare bottom. You can make a dress with a train. Use your imagination. I'm going to make a vent on the back. You can make the back flare down from the knees. Don't be afraid of experiments. Let's start working. Have a close look at the sketches once again. This is how the dress is going to look like. I'm sure that you're going to like these tutorials, even if you don't plan on sewing such dresses. The techniques which I'm going to show you are pretty useful. I think that it's also very interesting to adjust the pattern for different designs. I can move the sketch aside. Now you know how the dress is going to look like. I remind you that this is the second half of the original mock-up. I used the first half for making the blouse. I'll trace this half to the tracing paper in order to make a dress. The dress will be long. This is the design for an evening dress. Make such dresses for different special occasions, birthday parties, proms, and so on. This design is suitable for any age, for a young girl, for her mother, or even for her grandmother. I always take an evening dress whenever I go somewhere, even when I go for a vacation with my kids. I can put a dress on when going to a dinner in the hotel, for example. Ladies, we should always look good. I've already removed the tagging from the shoulders. Next, I need to do the same thing with the tucks. I think that I'll even cut them. Why do I prefer to cut the tucks and darts in the mock-ups? I could just remove the tagging from them, pin them, and outline the pins with a marker pen. I think that this technique is too complicated. I prefer to work fast and easy. This is why I decided to cut the extra pieces from the tucks along the tacked seams. The first tuck is ready. I can outline it now. The technique is very simple. I can continue working. Imagine I had to remove the tacking, pin the tucks, outline them, then detach the pattern. It would have been so long. What is also important is that I didn't change the pattern. Next, I need to cut the shoulder dart. Do not forget about it. It will make the dress fit me well. It's very convenient to work this way. This is the waistline. I want to make the back a bit tighter on this level. When I trace the mock-up to the tracing paper and draw all the needed lines, I'll start cutting the pattern. The back is ready. Next, I need to cut the tucks from the front. This is the most convenient way of work. This is how the chest dart looks like. When I trace the mock-up, I'll move it aside. I'm not going to throw it away. It's very useful. It's very convenient to work with such details. Imagine you have a perfect basic pattern. When you decide to sew something, you will just need to take it out and outline. You will be able to start working right away. By the way, my course on the 10 measurement cutting system will be available very soon. It will provide you with all the information you need to make a basic pattern. That's it. Before outlining the mock-up, I'll iron it slightly. This is how the pattern looks like now. I don't need to change anything. I just need to trace it to the tracing paper. We'll get back to working with this pattern many more times. First, I need to draw the bottom line. I'm drawing the bottom of the dress. The length of the dress will be 145 centimeters. I'm drawing the center front. I need to measure and mark 1 meter first. And then 45 centimeters more. The dress will be 145 centimeters long from the shoulder to the bottom. This line marks the shoulder top. The distance between these two lines is 145 centimeters. I can move the sketch aside. I'll sign the center front. I'll also sign the bottom. I'm not going to add anything to the bottom. Next, I need to lay the pattern on the center front this way. Make sure that the shoulder top is right on this line. I remind you that the distance between this line and the bottom is 145 centimeters. Do not forget about the 1 centimeter seam allowance in the original pattern. There shouldn't be any in the new one. Make sure that the center front matches in the pattern and the mock-up. Next, I need to mark the waistline. There is no need to outline this line. The width of the pattern on the hips is 32.5 centimeters. I need to measure and mark 32.5 centimeters on the bottom, and then make it 1.5 centimeters tighter. This point is placed 1.5 centimeters closer to the center front than this one. I want the dress to be just a bit tighter at the bottom. You can make the dress wider, you can make it tighter, you can make the skirt tighter at the hips level, and then wider down from it. I made the bottom 1.5 centimeters tighter than the hips are. I need to outline the side seam next. The front neckline is 8 centimeters wide. I want to make it 4 centimeters wider. This is how wide it's going to be. The front neckline in the original pattern is pretty deep and not wide. I made it 4 centimeters wider. Let's make it even 5 centimeters wider. I also want to make the boat neck. It shouldn't be too deep. Have a look here. This is where the bust stop is. And this is how deep the front neckline is going to be. This is not a regular boat neck. It's deeper than they really are. This is the front neckline. I also need to outline the center front. I wanted to see everything clearly, so I shoot such detailed tutorials. If I was working off the camera, I would have been drawing the pattern on the tracing paper. I remind you that the dress will be long. It doesn't change the fact that I'll be making it on the basis of this pattern. I haven't changed anything yet. The only thing left for me to do is to draw the tucks. I'm showing you everything so thoroughly for you not to have any questions left. I need to outline the chest dart. I remind you that this pattern includes 1 centimeter seam allowance. I've already outlined the front pattern, made it longer, and 1.5 centimeters tighter at the bottom. I can move the front detail aside. I'm not going to throw it away. Next, I need to outline the back. To do that, first I need to draw the waistline. The back pattern should be outlined. I'll outline it with a pencil. There are some details which will be changed. That's it. I can detach the pattern now. I need to draw the center back. I know that terrible feeling when you want to sew something, but you don't know what to start with. This is what I'm here for. The width of the pattern on the hips level is 32.5 centimeters. So I need to make the back 1.5 centimeters tighter at the bottom. The front and the back details should be even at the bottom. That's it. Have a look here. The opening of this dart is 2 centimeters wide. I want to move it 2 centimeters further. I'll draw it here. I haven't changed the dart. I've just moved it. This is absolutely the same dart. I can cross this one. I don't need it anymore. I've moved the dart, so now I can make the neckline 5 centimeters wider. I remind you that I made the front neckline 5 centimeters wider as well. The front and the back neckline should be of the same width. I want to make the back neckline 14 centimeters deep. You can make it as deep as you want. I'm drawing a beautiful, slightly round line. I'll sign the center back. The dart on the back shoulder will make the dress fit you perfectly. The back neckline, the shoulder dart, if you think that it's not necessary to make the shoulder darts, you don't need to make them. I prefer making them. I think that the shoulder darts make the garments fit us much better. That's it. The front and the back are ready. I don't know what this ugly ruler is doing in my fashion house. That's it. I need to fold the mock-up and move it aside. I'm sure that I'm going to use it again. That's all for today. Next, I will continue working with the pattern for the evening dress. I remind you that we're making it on the basis of the pattern for the garments with the drop shoulders. My name is Paukšte Irina. Subscribe to my channel, write comments, share videos, press the like and the bell buttons. I would really appreciate your support. Thank you. Goodbye.